Alright, I'm going to talk about a movie called Baghead. It was released in 2024 in some places. It came out 2023. But, yeah. I kind of want to go on a rant with this, but I don't want to give spoilers again, in case anybody hasn't seen it. So I'm going to try go on a rant, but not explain about the spoilers as well. And the reason why I want to rant on about it, this is kind of the movie that you would want to see in a pacing, and it's different. Again, it's different. The jump scares, a lot of people who's reviewing it said it's average and all that kind and all that. Just ignore them because they've probably been with 1,000 jump scare movies and they're comparing to it. Me, I don't compare to jump scares. If it's a jump scare that makes me jump, it's good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? There is jump scares in this. It's quite amusing because the monster, where I'm trying not to spoil it, is a shapeshifter. So, and I like shapeshifters when they transform into different stuff or clones. I just think it's just an amazing concept for a horror. Do you know what I mean? And there should be more movies like that. This movie was really good. It was actually really good. I actually really liked it. The pacing was good. The jump scares. It does make a jump scare. So if it does, well, I just call that a tick. A positive thing. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes jump scares you can just sit down and just go, yeah, okay. Do you know what I mean? Because you kind of expect it, But if you ever jump scared in a horror movie, don't think it's a bad thing, okay? Don't let these people say it's a bad thing because they've been to thousands. I same as me, and I still can get jump scared. Now, I gotta go with the flaws, unfortunately, in this movie. Two things. Well, one of them isn't really a flaw, but I'll go with the one that's actually a flaw. The story. Now, I've said in multiple reviews, the story matters. If the story's good, the horror will be good. If you top it off with the scares, jump scares or gore, etc. This movie, it didn't fall flat. With the story, you expect more. Like, it's a good story, but you say, right, okay, let's just put an example, right? If you watch some episodes, I don't know, a series or whatever, you expect to watch those episodes to get better and better and find out stuff and, I gotta wait till next week. Or, I'll put the other episode on now. This is what it's like per movie. You see, it builds up, the story builds up, and then it doesn't go flat, it just goes scale. And I was like, WTF in the movie. And watching it, because it's shape-shifting, the scenes, criticism's a good thing, but I've always said a lot of criticism died. It's all inner hate. So I try to open mind as a concept with these movies, despite them being bad. This wasn't a bad movie. This is some details about a young woman who runs down pub, discovers a dark secret within the basement. Shape-shifting creature. This is what I'm saying now. They give the 3 stars. I don't think it should have 3 stars. Yes, it's good, but I feel like it's a little bit more than that, so I'll explain. So, basically, they basically inherited this pub, and it's nice and that, but it's all like fashionable, you know, and classic. But something is down in the basement, and this is when the shapeshifter creature is, and there's certain conditions I'm not gonna say because it'll spoil the movie. There's some certain conditions that you have to require, and if it doesn't, it can turn drastic. And I thought was a good concept for that too. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of green ticks, but when it comes to a story, you have to keep the pace going. That's basically what I know about stories and horrors. It didn't fall flat. You just suspect more, and you don't get the more. It is. And even if they made a second one on this, they would have to focus on the story more, less, and there'll be less horror. I think it's one of those things that you say, do you want more horror and jump scares, or do you want more story? And this is how they based it by. You know, the other thing I recommend, wait till it's dark to watch this movie. The lighting on this was, it was dark, very dark throughout. Even if you shut your curtains or through the day, the shine reflection, it spoils the movie. It spoils the movie. It does. And I kind of like it in one day because it's basically the man saying, you must watch this in the dark, you know. But at the same time, you're like, if you don't have time of the night and you need to watch something through the day. But I think horrors is mostly watched at night, so I think that's not a major flaw, you know. This was a good concept. This was a good idea to go through. Bits reminded me of Talk to Me a little bit. Not too much, but the vibes on it, you know, and I thought it was really good. And then when I was looking at the story, you know, I was feeling the characters, you know. She has a friend and she's just in the picture there like, you know. She's like, in the picture like, what are you doing in? You know, are you filter? You know. This what makes me mad. Because the story is good. It hooks you up. It doesn't go flat. It's saying is, well, we balancing it out, which they shouldn't. You know what I mean? And it really, really kind of agitated me when I watched this movie, because I knew everything was just leveled. It wasn't too much of anything. It was kind of balanced until the end. And when I watched the end, I went, really? Is that how you're going by? Is that how you're actually ending this? I feel like there was a lot of lack of laziness, and he put so much effort into one side and not the other. This movie was good. This movie was good. That's the thing. Do I recommend you watching it? Absolutely. Do I recommend you going to the cinema watching it? Maybe not. You know, maybe not. I would just watch it at home. I would recommend have a night time, get some popcorn, a drink, and watch it. And just figure out yourself. I think it's a movie that you have to figure out yourself, because everybody's different, and that's why you don't see people review this quite much. You know what I'm saying? And when you see them, it's different. I'm not saying that they messed this movie up. I'm just saying, watch it yourself and figure it out. But I think the ending should have been a bit more different. I think it should have been a bit more different, to be quite honest. Yeah, I think it should have been more different, the ending. So the movie itself, what do I rate this movie? That is a tough one. It's a tough one. I know people's not going to like what I say, but I don't give a F. I really don't. I'm going to give this an 8 to be nice. What do you guys think of the movie? Let me know.